What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Today is mostly going to be a what sold video. I'm going to give you 10 items that sold for me recently on eBay and Poshmark. I'm also going to give you just a little bit of a shed update today. So we did get some internet hooked up. I wound up using this here, TP-Link AX 1800 as an indoor-outdoor Wi-Fi extender, okay? Hooked it up to the side of my house, and this one actually uses, I think it's like power over Ethernet. So it's basically being powered through the Ethernet cable. It's excellent. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I'm just telling you what I've been using. And it's been working great, okay? Outside of the shed here, right up to the door, I'm getting about 200 down. And then inside of the shed, I'm getting between 60 to 80 megabytes per second speed. So that's been really good. So internet's not gonna be an issue. As you can see, it's out of focus at the moment, but we did get the TV mounted on the wall. And up here behind me, I did get the final light installed here. I'm just running it down and across, and it actually just ties back into this light. So these lights, if you've never used them before, they just plug into each other and you can keep going. You can see, I gotta add more lights if I want. The other thing is we got a solar panel here yesterday. Once again, this is an EcoFlow, not sponsored or anything like that. I've just been buying this stuff, obviously with my own money. This one's flexible, okay? I'm gonna wind up mounting this on the roof, but when I got it, I didn't realize I needed a second connector to plug it into the EcoFlow back here. So I have to buy that. It's about $60 on Amazon. And then I'll be able to run the solar panel to the roof, from down through the roof, and, you know, plug this in directly, and then it should be able to charge itself. Hopefully it can, you know, keep up with its own charge cycle. That I don't have to do anything else, but you know, you can add extra panels and do all sorts of things. But I think for what I'm using it for the most part, probably at the moment, like this TV is probably taking the most power out of everything. And you know, I've been out here for like hours and hours on a time, multiple days a week, and I've only charged this battery once since I've been done construction, you know, doing any of the walls or anything else where I was out here. I've only had to charge it once. So the battery does last a really long time, and it really depends on how much energy you're drawing from it as well. But so with all those things being said, I've got a couple more things I want to talk about before we get into the what solds. Let's start with Stallion Express. Okay, first of all, I do want to say I am not sponsored by Stallion Express in any way whatsoever. I'm just giving you this information, hopefully to help somebody out there who maybe has high shipping rates and they're trying to figure out how to fix that, or you're looking for a cross-border shipper, but there isn't one available in your area, okay? So one thing that they do, that I'm just testing out that they do now, is home pickup, okay? They've probably done this for a while. I've looked into it before, but I'm in a rural area and their main system didn't cover my area, but now they use, or at least recently they've been using UPS to come do your home pickup at your house. So essentially this morning, you know, I picked 4 items that I knew I wasn't gonna, you know, lose money on. They were good items, good sale items, you know, as I made a few dollars on shipping, so spending a couple extra dollars on these items wasn't gonna hurt me, okay? So I packed these 4 items in a 15 by 11 by 4 box. They weighed 4 pounds, 4.15 pounds, I think, so just about 5 pounds. It cost me $11 and change to ship this, so that's about, I don't know, $2.65 roughly. I'll put the right number down here because I'm not 100% sure. I'm not good at doing math in my head, obviously. Okay, so you could also do this with like Poshmark, right? If you had cross-border shipping, you'd have to batch them all together and print a label, but that's a whole nother story. We could explain that, you know, if this works out for somebody. But I just want to kind of share this with you guys because I think it's interesting. You know, it gives more people an opportunity to use this company, especially if you're looking for that cross-border shipping option. I think it could really help some people out. As we make our way back to the house, I want to talk briefly about Posh Sidekick. I'm not going to give you the whole song and dance this time, but what I am going to say is, you know, we talk about it a couple times a month on the channel. I am an affiliate with them. You know, I'm obviously very transparent about that. I obviously make a little bit of money talking about them. However, I was using this for a long time before they even knew who I was or anything. You know, I'm not even a big YouTuber or anything. They just reached out and asked if I wanted to do a partnership, you know, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? You know, I'm already using this company. It's a great company. You can try it for 1 week for free. You don't need a credit card or anything like that. I'm pretty sure in that week, you're going to make enough money that is going to convince you to stay on Posh Sidekick. You know, there's no credit card required. They won't bill you after your week. So if they help you make sales for a week, that's the worst thing. That's basically the worst thing that's going to happen. You're going to get a week free of good sales. Anyway, link down in the description below. Let's get into what sold recently. All right, let's kick it off with a couple Poshmark.ca orders. Okay, so this is a vintage Lacoste Eh-To-Zed V-neck. So this one's made in USA. I picked this one up at Salvation Army for about $7. Listed it across all platforms that I list on anyway, eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and it sold on Poshmark Canada for $49 pretty quickly actually. Like I just picked this up probably about 2 weeks ago. It had been sitting in my pile after I had it cleaned to get listed. I think I just listed it last week, so you know, it sold pretty quickly, honestly. Pretty nice one. You know, there's no real flaws to this. You can see in the tag here, made in the USA, big 1X, which is good. Big sizes definitely sell well. Always try to put measurements in there when you can. Awesome. Really happy with this sale. I think I said like $7 roughly Canadian into $49 on Poshmark.ca. Next up, this jacket I think I picked up at a Goodwill on a 50% off day, so I probably paid, and this is just me trying to remember back because I've had this for a while. It wasn't a great buy, although the reason why I'm keeping it in here right now is because this type of jacket right now, the Windbreaker, the fall spring zip up, obviously we're getting closer to fall, not spring, but this type of jacket right now is going to sell. I haven't really adjusted the price on this thing at all. I assume this was maybe an offer to liker, but $24 for this one, I think I would have paid. If I paid half price, I probably paid about $5 roughly for this, maybe $4 and change. If I paid full price for this, I could have paid $8 to $10 for it at my Goodwill. Not a great flip, but if you do have items like this, get them listed because these things will all sell really quickly this time of the season. Next up, a women's Roots bathing suit. Now this came from that big wholesale buy that, you know, this deal just fell in my lap. I walked into this store. I'll leave the video down below. It's actually pretty interesting. It's basically just me telling the story in the video. The footage isn't me buying this stuff. It's more of a story. But these bathing suits were a part of it. I paid $5 a bathing suit. They're still selling really well. All the shoes except for I think 2 pairs from that huge lot of shoes that I got. My entire trunk and back seat were full of shoes. They're all gone. I made lots of money off this sale. It was really, really great. Happy with this Roots bathing suit sale. This was a full price sale. I had it listed for 30 bucks, and that's what I got here on eBay. Next up, I wanted to share this with you guys, not because $20 is a lot of money, obviously. You know, we charge $7 for shipping. It cost me $6.50 to ship this out with tracking, with Uni from Stallion Express. It was very, very reasonable. And I think it's like 2 days delivery too, which is pretty awesome. So these comics did come from that big comic book buy you guys see me doing the channel from, I think, the beginning of this summer. I'm just showing you that these things are still selling. You know, I sold like, you know, a one-off Wonder Woman for like $8, $9, a bunch for like 10, 14, but I thought I'd just leave this one in here, you know, to show you that these comic books are still selling. I plan on taking a box of ones that I brought home from the antique booth, and I'm gonna throw them on Whatnot and see how they do there. That's gonna come up hopefully sometime in September, but you know, this one here, 20 bucks, I'm happy with the sale regardless. Next up, we sold Lunette from the Big Comfy Couch, 1997. I believe the 1995 one is worth more money for some reason. They look very similar, but it does show the dates on the bottom. It's stamped that way. This particular one I picked up at a garage sale, an indoor garage sale, which was actually, if you didn't see that video, it was actually sort of like an indoor flea market or antique mall that was sort of being liquidated. I think this liquidation was going on for a couple of weeks. It might even still be going on now. I think they're trying to get rid of everything in there. This one, when I picked it up, honestly, I was hoping to get like somewhere between $75 to $100. You can see I had it listed for $65 there on the screen. I accepted a best offer of $50. I got a lot of offers on this, and they all seem to be landing right around that mark. So I thought to myself, the next person who offers me 50 bucks can have it. Just so happens that it's, you know, the next day or a few days later, somebody offered me 50 bucks on eBay, and I did take it. Happy with this sale. You know, could have held on, got more money, maybe, but you know, I only probably paid about $5 for this. You'd have to go back and watch the video to see the exact cost of it, but it was like around $5. It wasn't that bad, so it's a pretty good flip, and I haven't had it that long. All right, we're gonna jump back into a couple of Poshmark sales. Now this is Poshmark.com, so this is American. So I got $32 USD for this Notre Dame hoodie. Now, I think I bought this at Goodwill, my local Goodwill, for about $8, and I just thought, oh, I'm just gonna see, you know, Champion. It's not even, I think this tag is a little bit older, but I don't think this is like made in Mexico. It's older. It's not like from the last few years, but I'm not really sure the time on this, but it's old enough to be interesting. But this logo I think is cool. It's just like iconic Notre Dame. I always do really good with Notre Dame stuff as well. I just listed another hoodie that I picked up. I think the same situation basically. I'm charging 30 bucks. I picked it up at Goodwill for about $8. I'm not making a killing, but it's pretty easy. These things always sell for me. I'm not gonna just, to me it feels like just leaving $20 there. You know, is this like a high-end item? No. But you know, when you're in a thrift store sometimes and there's not a lot of stuff around, you kind of pick up what you got. And you know, this is something that I picked up like that for $8, sold for $32 USD, which by the way, $30 USD winds up being $43.11 Canadian. So, you know, definitely nothing to sneeze at. No, you're not seeing double. Yes, I sold another Roots bathing suit, this time on Poshmark.com for $28. So $28 USD is about $39.07 right now Canadian. So pretty good, actually better than eBay, right? So happy with this Roots sale. It just makes me, every time I sell one of these, it makes me smile a little bit. And it's just because, you know, I paid $5 for it, so I know the profits. I've made lots of profit from this deal, which I mentioned before. But I just had somebody reach out, and I've said this a couple of times, and comment like, oh, these were at Costco for like, I forget what they said, 25, 30 bucks. Like they essentially were saying you're never gonna get 30 plus for these. And I'm like, pretty sure I can, because these are out of stock everywhere. You can't get them. If you like them, you like them. If you're in the States, they probably weren't even available there. So asking $30 Canadian, I think is totally reasonable. $28 USD, which is even more than that, I think it's still pretty reasonable for a brand new bathing suit. So, you know, I'll just sometimes just go with your gut. Just because this was from Costco for sure, doesn't mean that it's not going to sell for good money. You know, that doesn't mean you should just pick up stuff all willy-nilly without kind of looking into it. I kind of looked up what Roots bathing suits were going for, so I had an idea. But you know, this I did take a little bit of a chance on, but $5 for a brand new bathing suit didn't really feel like a huge gamble, so I was willing to do it. Next up, a pair of Levi 511 corduroy pants. Now I actually bought these for myself. I think I paid about $7 to $8 for them roughly at Salvation Army. I wore them a couple times and didn't really love them. I used to like corduroys like this when I was in high school. Apparently I don't anymore. So I wound up selling these on Poshmark. So I paid $7 or $8, somewhere in there, roughly Canadian. They sold on Poshmark for $21 USD, which is actually about $28 Canadian. So I did okay, right? So I wore them a few times. I was able to flip them for a few bucks. Is it a great sale? Not the best sale ever, but still happy with this sale. I actually thought these might be more valuable. They're apparently not, but still, Levi's is still a good brand. 511 usually does well. I didn't even know that they made corduroys until I found these, but yeah, still happy with this one on Poshmark.com. All right, a couple of really quick eBay sales, okay? This Nintendo Game Boy Advance, you guys actually see me pick this up in my last garage sale video. There was no battery whatsoever. The screen's actually in really nice condition here. You can kind of see it's not all scratched up or anything. There's some scuffs and stuff on the front of it. There's no battery whatsoever, so I was not able to test this at all, okay? You can see right here, condition, 4 parts of repair not working, so there should be no surprises to somebody. However, I feel like they're gonna throw a battery in it, it's gonna work. It looks like it's in good condition. Everything feels good about this, okay? So I listed it for $80. I got an offer within like, I don't know, 10 minutes for 70. I just jumped on it and took it. I know that's maybe not gonna be popular because I probably could have got the $80 easily, but in past case scenarios, I've got offers like that right away, turned them down and then hung on to something for a really long time. So considering what I had into this, you know, $70 was absolutely fine. Really happy with the quick sale on this Game Boy Advance SP. Next, I have this PS2 Slim. It was also from last weekend's garage sale pickup. This sold for $105. You know, I had cables to test it. Everything worked absolutely fine. I'm just selling it with the power supply and the machine only for $105. This is a repeat buyer as well. It seems when I list video games, there's 2 different stores on eBay who typically buy them for me. This one sold within about 10 minutes also of being listed. So a really quick flip, 105 bucks. Very happy with the sale. All right, the shed is looking good. The sales are going well. This room is still a mess. I haven't got to that yet. I'm still moving stuff from the spare room into this room, and then it needs to be reorganized again. Obviously, my priority right now has been on the shed, and once I get that where it needs to be, then inside of these 2 rooms will get straightened out as well. Like I said, this in the end will be an office and be stuff that's not listed on eBay yet or online yet, eBay, Poshmark, Depop, wherever it gets listed. But yeah, things have been going really good. I've been happy with sales. Sales have been like steady. I expect them to pick up even more. That's, you know, what we're hoping for. This experiment with Stallion Express, hopefully it will help somebody out there. I will follow up with you on what actually happened. So hopefully today it gets scanned. Hopefully it gets there. You know, that particular location is open Saturdays. And even though this particular weekend when I'm filming, it's a long weekend, the Mississauga branch is still open Monday. So there's plenty of opportunity to see, you know, how long it takes to get scanned in from a pickup. And this could really help some people out there. If you're interested in it, follow along for more. If you guys like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we'll see you soon.